The Flash has returned, and so has our favorite yellow friend. It's time for Flash Chat. Hey everyone, and welcome to the first Flash Chat of 2016. We're back. Mid-season premiere happened. Everybody missed it. We were going through Flash withdrawals. I found myself just going and watching runners. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be super creepy. Just hanging out at the park, watching runners jog by. I'm here with two really cool guests today. You probably recognize Candice Davis. She does Cuddly Curiosities, which one of these right here is a Cuddly Curiosity, and Adventures in Cosplay. She makes some amazing costumes, and actually, you need to watch Wilson's World on Rising tomorrow because you will see some of them. I don't want to spoil it, but they're going to be cool. And they have to do with Legends of Tomorrow. And also, I'm here with Hector Miray, and you work for Faith and Fandom and Clevver Movies as a screenwriter. Tell me all about that.
Faith and Fandom is a book series I'm writing that's essays on faith and geek culture.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to put them out annually with whatever's going on pop culture at that time. Publishing a third one coming out hopefully in May.
Okay.
And I usually take it to Comic-Cons, just travel the con circuit and do that.
Nice.
And I've been a screenwriter with Clevver for 2 years. I was their nerd on staff.
Nerd on staff, is that the official title?
Somewhere in there, because they were writing a kind of a battle show called Fanboy Face Off.
Okay.
Of who would win between two superheroes.
Interesting.
And so rather than letting their hosts come up with that, they're like, bring in the nerd. And
we need the specialist.
And so I've been writing mostly their superhero or sci-fi things for the last 2 years.
Very cool. And you guys know each other, right?
Yeah.
How do you know each other?
Comic-Cons.
Conventions, yeah.
It's a small little world. You'd be surprised. Now, so these are two of the books. What is the newest one that you've done?
The newest one is this one. It's volume 2, the obligatory sequel.
Okay.
And
I like that title.
but each book is 22 chapters of just various different pop culture things.
Very cool. And where can we find them if we want to buy them?
Amazon.com,
Okay.
BarnesandNoble.com, pretty much all over the internet, and pretty much any Comic-Con in North Carolina or South Carolina, I'm going to show up.
Okay, and you can buy some of your Cuddly Curiosities. You have them at the conventions too, right?
At the conventions. The next one will be South Carolina Comic Con.
Okay.
And then after that, Con Carolinas in Concord. And we're kind of still putting our schedule together this year, so who knows where I'll show up this year.
A big year of schedules, and Hector gave me a cool shirt for Faith and Fandom. Very cool. So how'd you guys like this new episode? How'd you like the return of the Flash?
I was excited.
Yeah.
It's back.
I was excited. I was still honestly kind of held over from the Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Like I just enjoy Mark Hamill and
Yes,
having him
that's
come
true.
back. So it was good. I really enjoyed it though.
You know, I gotta admit something. I've not seen Star Wars yet. I know, I'm like that one person. Even though I feel like I know what happens. I
I
heard
don't know
in
if we can be
spoilers.
friends anymore.
I'm like on my 4th or 5th viewing.
See, if you go to
Yeah.
like a 6th, call me because I need to see it.
You do.
Speaking of Mark Hamill. Oh, good. Okay, we'll go. So, all right, there was a big episode on the Christmas episode with Patty, and we brought that character back into this. She was very prominent, and spoilers, obviously, she's gone. She left. So, what do you guys think about Patty? What do you think about her leaving? All of that.
I feel like she'll be back. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know where it's totally going, but I really feel like she'll be back in
Yeah.
general just because I really like Patty.
I know, she's a great character.
She was like, everybody's going to be second banana to Iris.
Yes.
I mean, that's just how it's always going to be. But I really felt like I enjoyed her, and I feel like Barry screwed it up the whole time.
He sure did.
And so that was hard.
This is the interesting thing. I did a poll question. So he didn't ever tell her that he was the Flash. Maybe that's better though. My question was, and I asked on Twitter, should we really trust Patty? Should he tell her secret? And 42 people voted. The options were yes, no, trust no one. 45 people said yes, trust her. 10% of people said no, and 45% said trust no one. So it's kind of a split between sure and no. I think it weighs towards no because 10% said no, so that's 55. So math skills.
If Captain Cold knows who you are, your girlfriend should probably know.
That's true. Good point. Yeah. And as Iris put it, if she had known a year ago, it would have been easier on her, kind of thing. Do you think Patty's hiding something deeper?
I don't think so.
No.
I think she's really just she doesn't know. She wants more from Barry that she doesn't feel like she's getting. Although that scene where he was saving her there in the warehouse, I do not understand how she did not recognize his voice.
I will
That
never.
drove me crazy.
We just have to let it go. Like it's like Clark Kent with glasses. It would just we'll suspend reality and pretend they cannot tell in the mask.
Well, you know, at the beginning when he said, "I'm going to tell Patty
who is he now?
You don't know. You
Where
don't
did
know.
Hector go? I have no idea.
At the beginning when he said, "I'm going to tell Patty I'm the Flash," and I was like, "Well, why not? You've told everybody else."
Yeah,
You know,
pretty
so,
much.
I mean,
those were some funny moments. I was talking to them a little bit earlier about the acting. Man, it's great. The characters, the way that you can tell that everybody's friends in real life, just because the lines are delivered so smoothly. So, I enjoy the show as they've grown because you really feel like you're watching a group of friends, probably because they all are. Yeah, I hope we get to see Patty back, but I think in superhero land, a girlfriend is a complication that is too risky. What do you guys think?
I think Barry's unstable without, you know, it's the whole thing where Batman has Robin, all these people have their counterparts.
Yeah.
And I think Barry's a little too emotionally needy
Yes.
to not have a girlfriend.
Well, but I think it's a distraction though, because you could see, even in this episode when he was supposed to be fighting the turtle and stuff, he was like, "But I gotta go check on Patty." So if the real objective is saving Central City or Earth One from Zoom, and he's like, "But my girlfriend's mad," I don't know. Maybe that's bro code. He's breaking it. I don't know. I don't know. How did you guys like the turtle?
Aaron Rodgers, or not Aaron Rodgers, discount double check. Aaron Douglas, that played the turtle, is one of my favorite actors from
Really?
sci-fi. He was on Battlestar Galactica, and he played the character Chief, which is literally one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
So I literally squealed when I saw him on screen. I'm like,
I didn't know him. Now I'll know.
no, he's fantastic.
He did a good job as the turtle, and that was a really cool effect. And man, the whole time I was like, this poor effects department, they do a lot of work, but that was a different effect. We hadn't really seen that. So if you weren't familiar, the turtle drains the speed of everything. He's not actually warping time, although it seems like it. And it was I had to like really think about that. It is hairy for me. But it really escalated quickly when we figured out he had this dead wife. Creepy.
Yeah, it went morbid super fast.
Yeah. So the end scene where we see Sketchy Wells is obviously doing his due diligence to the Zoom, and it looks like he sucked something out of his brain or something. What were your thoughts about that scene?
I think he's just using his own. He's on his own little methods again, and you know, again, like you said, Sneaky Wells. I was really hoping that he wasn't going to be Sneaky Wells.
He is though.
But he is though.
He's the sketchiest of all currently, I think.
Yeah.
This incarnation of the Wells character.
I feel better about this Wells.
You do?
I really do, because I honestly think that I think once Cisco mentioned the turtle, it was like a switch flipped.
Yeah.
Where instead of trying to get Barry's Speed Force, I really think now he's trying to. What he did, I know is the turtle dead? Was that a death scene?
It looked like he was
Okay, I was
dead.
like,
I think
that
it
looked pretty dead.
That was a big long straw.
Yeah, or just
I really feel like he's trying to like harness that power to permanently like halt Zoom.
Yeah. Okay, but it's his own agenda. Like, I don't think he's working for the team now at all. He's just
I just
using
think he wants
the
his kid
team.
back.
Yeah, and he will stop at nothing to get Jessie Quick back. I'd like to know more about Jessie Quick and like if she has the power or something. There are some interesting things online. Awesome Emergency had they quoted, I'm not sure if Carlos, the guy who plays Cisco, said this, but the quote is from Moby Dick, where he said,
"From hell's heart I stab at thee."
so the whole thing was like the turtle was Cisco's Moby Dick that he had been hunting. I thought that was cool, but I thought that playing too much into the fact that he had been following this guy this whole time was, I don't know. How did you feel about that?
I felt like they had to give it some backstory, because if not, this came out of nowhere.
True, that's true.
It seemed super convenient. Oh, by the way, we found a guy that slows down time, and now it can stop Zoom in 4 episodes.
True. I do like, though, that they kind of alluded to the fact that they're like, well, how did nobody know? Like, how did Barry not know? Everybody else knew. So that, I mean, I guess that's a pretty decent way of covering it. I liked that villain, and I liked the little meta villains. I'm curious to see if Wells is going to use that power he's taken from him as his own or for himself, or if he's going to somehow use it on Barry or Zoom. So I'm curious if Wells has this other plan to make himself a speedster, which brings me into the Reverse Flash. So we've seen that the Reverse Flash, spoiler at the end, reappears. Here's my theory, and I want to hear yours. My theory is that if you see the trailer for next week, that it's the origin story of this Reverse Flash. Do you guys think that maybe we're going to go in a circle where Wells again becomes the Reverse Flash to harness the Speed Force from Barry to be faster than Zoom to defeat Zoom?
Well, if you when you see, I can't even say his name, original Reverse Flash.
Eobard Thawne.
There you go.
Yes.
He lost his Speed Force.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's why he had to stick around for 15 years to do all that.
Right.
What if Wells is the one who actually took it?
Interesting.
And so
this time.
That's why he lost his Speed Force in the first place.
Theory. That's a good theory. Do you have one?
I don't have one for him. No.
I'm curious. I mean, I'm just curious to see. Are you excited to see this character back? I love Reverse Flash.
I like Reverse Flash with Wells.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Bart.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious. I like this actor, so I'm interested to see kind of what else he can do. But Reverse Flash, I know Zoom is a really cool villain, but there's just something about, maybe it's because we watched a whole season of the Reverse Flash, that I just...
You got emotionally attached.
I'm emotionally attached to the Reverse Flash. I really like him. Earth 2, Jay Garrick. Man, what do you guys think? He was super mopey this episode, and I do not feel like he's that needed right now. Not to be mean to Jay, because we love a Jay. Thoughts on sad Jay?
Yeah, I don't think he was really needed this episode.
Yeah.
He just kind of seemed like a sad story, and apparently something's going to come out of it with the whole, oh, you're sick, why didn't you tell me, him and Caitlin, and developing that. But this, I don't know that was in particularly had to happen this time.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it was like, okay, we know you're sad about it. Okay.
I could deal with about equal amounts Jay Garrick as I could with his dad. Mm-hmm. I like Ship a lot better than Garrick, but it's good in spurts.
True. Yes.
How many scientists do you really need in this one lab?
That's what I agree. I thought he was a little redundant in this episode, and that his lines were just kind of like, okay, we know you're still sad. I know they're trying to build that relationship. And did you notice Caitlin is always wearing blue? I say this every Flash chat. She wears blue like every episode, and her gown for that art gala was a blue gown. So do you think that's a nod to Killer Frost? Do you still think Killer Frost is Caitlin of Earth 2, or do you think something happens to Earth 1 Caitlin?
I'm betting on Earth 2.
Earth 2.
Just because I don't want to have to see the episode where Flash has to do something to hurt Caitlin.
True. Oh, but man, that's a show though. That would be good.
I think we are going to see an Earth 2 Caitlin. An Earth 2 Killer Frost. But, if Earth 1 Cisco is becoming Vibe, then I think it's inevitable that Earth 1 Caitlin will become Killer Frost.
Something, yeah. Well, we did see they released some photos from it with also Deathstorm, and you can tell that they're kind of cool costumes that look Earth 2, so maybe that saves her from Earth 1 being Killer Frost. But, regardless, I'm excited to see when that happens, and I'm curious to see how many episodes we're going to have to wait until it does. Wally West. You were talking earlier, you don't love that character yet.
No,
How are we feeling about Wally?
I wanted to whop him upside the head this episode.
He's very angsty.
He's very angsty.
Yes.
Like Joe really, how could he have known?
Yeah.
Right. His wife left. How could he have known that she was pregnant if she did not tell him before she left?
Right. My favorite zinger, though, is that, what does he say?
Oh, yeah. Yes, the detective who didn't know he had a son. And who doesn't know anything about me.
That was a zinger, and I'm sure he harbors a lot of resentment, but it's really the mom's fault. Yeah. And I do like, though, that despite him being a speed racer, he still has that inner moral compass of the West family of, I have to do this to raise money for my mom fighting this illness. Do you guys think that Wally has inherent powers that he's not aware of yet?
Where was he when the dark matter hit?
I guess Keystone City? So I don't know. It could have reached, because there was a little bit of talk on Arrow of there's some metahumans in Star City, so maybe some of the fragments of radioactivity reached, or lightning.
There's enough Speed Force that's going to be thrown around between Reverse Flash, Wells, and everybody else that he could get powers any number of ways.
Exactly. I predict it'll be some kind of accident, some happening this season with chasing Zoom is going to end up, like, he'll be there trying to help, not in the right place at the right time.
Be like Oprah, you get powers, you get powers.
Yeah, everybody gets powers. Yeah, I mean, he's a cool character. I think we need to develop him more, and I do like that gives the West family a little heck, you know, because everybody just loves the West family. How do you think about Iris this season?
I think, honestly, like, you know, moving past Eddie pretty quickly, because I really wouldn't have wanted to deal with the whole season of her
just moping around. Yeah, can't have two mopies.
Can't have two mopies. I'm enjoying her. I really am.
Me too.
I feel like it went way too platonic between Barry and her too quickly. Yeah, like out of nowhere.
But I guess since he found that other flavor of the month, you know.
I don't think he would have picked up that flavor if the other one had been available.
True, that's true. Interesting. I'm curious to see now that Patty will be out of the picture, at least for the time being, if we'll be back on the West Allen bandwagon, West Allen ship, if you will. I just think that her character has come a long way since last season, and her acting and everything. All the characters seem to have grown a lot in this show. So next week's episode is going to be all about the Reverse Flash, and I'm actually most excited about this one this season. Take a look at the trailer for Flash 211.
Hello? Harry? It's a Reverse Flash. He's back.
He should be erased from existence, right?
This is where he learns about you. All of you. This is his origin story. And there's nothing you can do about it.
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
This is his origin story. It's kind of cool what they can do. Are you guys readers of the Flash comics?
I have been.
You have been? Okay, so it's kind of cool that I think they're just kind of stepping away from the timelines of the comics and doing their own.
You really have to, because if not, you've got, you know, upwards of 70 years of backstory that you've got to try and wedge in there.
Yes.
It's cool to pull from, but, you know, if you can honestly watch an episode and say, oh, that was this episode that this writer wrote, and you know where it's all going, it's nice to still be surprised and be a comic fan.
Exactly. And a lot of people have said, and I agree, that this is the perfect show. Well, and it kind of is. It's got, you know, great acting, great effects, like really catching storyline, twists. I enjoy it. And other great shows. Tonight at 8 is the return of Arrow. Excited to see where they left off. If you remember where they left off last time, holy smokes, back of a limo, sad, we don't know. Let's hope everything's okay. I don't want to like ruin it if you guys don't watch Arrow. And then tomorrow morning on Rising, Candice is going to be back with me, and we'll be at Heroes Comic Book Store from 6 to 9 on Wilson's World, and we'll be the ones with coffee because we're going to be tired. And Candice is bringing her children with her, and they're super cute, so you need to watch. And we're going to have a couple other people there, Charlotte's own superhero, and then Jennifer Bennett, who does handmade stuffs. So tune in to Rising from 6 to 9, and then at night we are there because we are celebrating the premiere of DC's Legends of Tomorrow. So at 8 o'clock, DC's Legends of Tomorrow premieres, and I have seen the first 2 episodes. It's like Flarrow on speed. It's fun. It's a good show. Give the first episodes, it sets it up a lot. So give that one, you know, give it a week, and then next week it's going to be a real big episode. And then after Legends of Tomorrow is the return of the 100. And if you are a fan of the 100, I did a special CW chat, the 100 Returns. You can find that on my YouTube channel, Just Jess WCCB or CW Chat, or you can find it at Just Jess WCCB on Twitter. The CW Street Team, if you want to try to win some sweet shirts, we are going to be at the Panthers lair this Sunday. Go Panthers. Hopefully they'll make it to the Super Bowl. That would be awesome. And I don't think we'll be street teaming the Super Bowl, although I'm going to try to work that in the budget. And we'll be at Charlotte Minicon January 30th. That's at Grady Cole Center, sponsored by Heroes Aren't Hard to Find Comic Book Store. So if you have any questions, hit me up on Twitter at JustJessWCCB. And till next week, stay flashy, everybody. And thanks for being here. Bye.